Did you hear the rumor that NBA star Anthony Edwards told a judge that he wanted to pay 18 years of child support up front because he didn't want to have nothing to do with his baby mama or their child? This is 38-year-old Aisha Howard, a brand ambassador who gave birth to a daughter named Aubrey in October of 2024. And this is Anthony Edwards. He plays ball for the Minnesota Wolves. And apparently and allegedly, he got 3 different women pregnant last year. He met Aisha in Georgia. And after he got her pregnant, she sent him a text message letting him know that he was going to be a father. Anthony immediately told her to have an abortion. And she said she didn't want to do it because she had just had an abortion 2 years ago and she regretted it. So he told her that child gonna be fatherless, and then he blocked her on every social media platform to let her know he was serious. He did not want a child with her. So she went through the entire pregnancy alone, and right before she gave birth, she moved to California and had the baby named Aubrey in a California hospital. As soon as she gave birth, she filed a paternity lawsuit in California asking for Anthony to be added to the birth certificate and for him to reimburse her for all of the costs associated with her pregnancy and to establish child support to support her and the child for the duration of the child's childhood. After they took a DNA test and Anthony was the father, he said, "That's okay, I'm the father, but I don't want visitation rights or custody. She can have her." The only thing Anthony asked for was for child support to be determined in Georgia because he believed Aisha moved to California so that she can get a bigger child support payment out of him. So he filed a separate paternity lawsuit in Georgia and waited. And lo and behold, the California judge agreed with Anthony and determined that the Georgia judge will preside over the child support case. And then rumors began circulating that Anthony asked to pay the entire 18 years of child support up front because he don't want to have nothing to do with Aisha. Even though there's absolutely no evidence that he really said that, people are angry and saying, dang, he must seriously hate her and that child. People are debating what happened to Aisha, where she couldn't lock down this YN like Drea did. What do you think of this crazy situation? Leave a comment to let me know. I'm Tierka with the T. Follow for more.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Thank you so much for clicking on this episode. I really do appreciate your love and support on this channel. On our today's episode, guys, we're looking at this NBA star who is trending, Anthony Edwards. So the news is allegedly that he offered to pay $1 million upfront for 18 years of child support for a daughter he had with his ex, who is a brand ambassador and also an artist. And this story has got people talking, and this is actually the first time that I've seen women supporting a man that is, don't want to be in their child's life. And this is because, as the news are saying, or as to what I've read, is that allegedly this woman was offered money to get rid of the baby, and she promised that she was gonna do that, but she changed her mind. I don't know what happened. People out here saying that she tried to play check as well. Anthony Edwards was playing chess, and women are like in support of this. I was also really surprised, but you'll understand after watching this video why some women are actually supporting this guy. The fact that this woman is 38 years old with a 23 years old boy, it's crazy to start with. But I want us to watch these videos together, guys. Every clip and every stitch that you'll be seeing on our today's episode, credits belongs to the original creators of this video that you're seeing on your screens. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, my good name is Gracie D. Kindly consider subscribing to this channel, give this video a like, and let me know what your thoughts are on the comment section. So let's dive right ahead and we'll come back with more commentary.
Anthony Edwards is trying to pay all 18 years of his child support up front. He said, how much is it going to cost for me to pay all 18 years right now? That is a man that don't want nothing to do with your damn child or you. This is the most unhinged thing I have heard from a person in my life. But at the same time, this man told you he did not want that child. This man told you he was not going to be a part of that child's life. But he sat there and said to the judge, how much is it going to cost me to get rid of this damn child out of my life? I ain't never got to see it. I can pay for it up front. It's never going to be a part of my life, nor my kids' lives, nor my future wife's. None of that. Oh my God, girl, who did you lay with? I feel like there should be a fucking contract before you sleep with somebody now. I feel like there needs to be a mutual contract and an understanding that if a child pops out, this is what's happening moving forward. I feel like y'all need to sign contracts now before y'all lay with somebody, because this shit, I've never heard a man say, let me pay all 18 years up front so I don't have to see you or this damn child. That is fucked up. That baby is going to be traumatized for the rest of its life.
As a 38-year-old woman, what business do you have laying down with a 23-year-old man? That's the first question. Second, you're okay with being embarrassed on a national scale, because I'm seeing this text between Aisha and Anthony Edwards, and my heart hurts for her, because ew, that man was ignoring you so much you couldn't even tell him about your pregnancy in person or over the phone. You told him through text. The man said, okay, LOL, get the abortion. Then you're talking about how you're not going to get the abortion, and if he doesn't want to be in the child's life, he's going to have to take that up with a higher power. Man said, okay, bye. Huh? Then you asked, Anthony, do you hate me? And I'm guessing he typed yes so fast that it auto-corrected to he's. I said, you're bringing a child into the world that's going to be without a father. He said he's not going to be in the child's life that he doesn't want. My thing is, first of all, why are you dealing with Anthony Edwards? Anthony Edwards has a reputation. Second of all, that's not your age mate. Why are you dealing with a child? He's literally a child. And I feel like when these older women, and she's not even older, she's 38, but older than him. I'm not gonna lie, Anthony's trash, but I also think Aisha is trash too for that. Like, oh Lord, I just want better for people. And this is getting ridiculous. Like, it's the same story, just different characters.
Shout out to Anthony Edwards for telling that judge and that girl he want to pay his 216 months of child support right now. That man say, no, uno, reverse, draw four. No, I don't like her. I don't want to deal with her. Get her out of my pockets. Like, the fact that he decided, like, look, now I'm not even finna go through this with you. I don't want to have to deal with you. I don't want to have to do anything with you. Go and take this money since that's what you want anyway. I owe it to you, so I'm going to give it to you, but that's all you get. And I can't even be mad at him. She knew that she wanted the money. You, what, 37 and that man 23? I have a son that's 23. So I totally, like, come on. She had no business messing with that man. That's somebody's baby. Yeah, he got other kids and, he seems to act irresponsibly. Yeah, I get it. But he a kid. You can only expect kiddish stuff from kids. And that's what she gets. She was way too old anyway. So yeah, shout out to Anthony Edwards for letting her know. Uno, draw for reverse.
If fuck you and them kids was a person, it would be Anthony Edwards. Hey, her body, her choice, his money, his choice. This man may have struck oil. That was a genius ass idea. My question to the general population is, why has this never been thought of? Why was this the first time that this was actually proposed? You want to pay the child support up front? Genius. I don't have baby mamas. I don't have any children, thank God, because it is wicked out here. But what I am gonna say is, this man is willing to pay the child support up front. Either he hate that bitch or that bitch, he hate that bitch. There's no other option. You don't want to have no more ties with her. You want to cut the ties. You want to go ahead and take the blunt up front, take whatever come with it and get this shit over with. I'm not mad at that at all. Actually, he has started something that I hope most men will consider, because this man does not want to be involved with this woman no more after this. He told the woman he didn't want the baby. He told the woman to get rid of the baby. The woman disagreed. So now he's proposing another offer. So it's like negotiation. They negotiating. Damn, this poor child. This poor child is going to grow up and see that this poor child is going to grow up seeing that his parents were basically debating on if they should pay child support beforehand or afterhand or while during. Oh, the baby was a bargaining tool. It was a negotiation token. That's fucked up. We're going to have some kids that look back on this and have some real traumatic issues to unfold. But what I am going to say is, Anthony Edwards, my guy, did something that most men never thought of, and you deserve your flowers for that shit. But to all the people who disagree with it, like I said before, her body, her choice. His money, his choice. We all know she gonna blow that shit within like the first 30 months of having that shit, bro. It's over with, bro. And if the judge allow it, hey, new level unlocked, new fear as well.
If she told Anthony Edwards to pay her $100,000 for an abortion, she decided to keep the baby and the money, I don't know how we supposed to dissect this here, but we finna do it. Girl, you wrong. At the end of the day, I understand your body, your choice, but you gave him a choice to get you an abortion. You gave him a choice to pay you for an abortion. that goes out the window at that point. Yeah. Now, he dead ass wrong for not even wanting to be in that child's life, because at the end of the day, that child has nothing to do with what you and that mama did. These are a prime example of, it doesn't matter how much money you make, you can always still lay down with the wrong person. Doesn't even matter. Now, what y'all got to say about that? This man is rich, and she still laid down with the wrong person. Oh, okay, everybody on mute. That's what I thought. But no, I don't think it's fair, and I don't think it's right for that child's sake. You don't got to have a relationship with that mama. But I hope one day he wake up and be like, you know what? I do want to be in my child's life, because that baby got to grow up and she gonna see this. She gonna see this one day on the internet, that my daddy paid for him not to have nothing to do with me. But I see my daddy having a relationship with the rest of his kids and not me. All because my mama wanted to extort him, because that's exactly what happened. So he did a Uno reverse draw four and skip you and Uno out. That's what he did. And he paid up for the next 18 years. So yeah, she shouldn't be calling him for nothing. Girl, I don't give a damn if that child turned 5 and they want a PS5. Don't call that man, because he already paid you. But I do feel like that baby should be able to call her daddy and talk to her daddy and have a relationship with her daddy. That's what he is wrong at. And then it goes to show it, money is not everything. You should always value the fact that that child and that father should have a relationship regardless of the money. You can make money every day. You can't get back those memories. That's the only thing. So yeah, I just think it's both wrong. Both of them wrong. At the end of the day, y'all both decided to have raw sex. I'm sure both of y'all talked to each other through y'all orgasms. And now a child is involved, and now everybody want out. It doesn't work like that. I get it, but I hope he do wake up and say, I do want a relationship with that child. That mama's something else, though. I don't know what else to say about that.
So Anthony Edwards has asked the judge, can he pay 18 years of child support, 216 months, right up front? This boy said he don't want to hear from her, see her. He don't want to see the kid. He don't want to have to come back to court. He doesn't want to have to take a phone call. He doesn't want to have to communicate. He wants to get all 18 years out the way right now. Do you understand how diabolical that is? I don't think this has ever been done in the history of mankind or child support. Now, I'm going to explain to you in a second why this is smart. But let's look at the amount, because I know you're asking yourself, well, how much money is that, Nampi? Don't worry, I did the math for you. He currently pays about $5,000 in child support to one child in the state of Georgia. She's in the state of Georgia. She's going to get about the same. That would be $1,080,000 over the course of 18 years. And she's going to blow it. Now, before we talk about that, let me tell you why it's smart. It's smart for two reasons. Number one, if she locks in all of this child support and locks everything in, she can't go back to court then and say, I want more money. I'm going to give you everything up front. We're going to close this case for forever. So this man's going to make probably close to $1 billion in his career. She won't be able to go back and ask for any more money. Number two, this man ain't going to really lose anything. He's going to use interest to pay her. He's probably going to put $50 million in a money market account or an annuity or something like that and use that to earn money to pay this off. So he really doesn't lose anything. So it's not like he's got to go and use his cash, right? He could put his money in so many products where he can avoid taxes and at the same time pay for this child. Now, $1,080,000 seems like a lot of money, but not to a woman like her. This is what's going to happen. Let me break it down. She's going to buy a house that she cannot afford. She's going to buy a car that she cannot afford. She's going to buy Birkin bags that she cannot afford. She's going to start a bad business like a boutique, a bikini boutique, or a clothing boutique, or a wig shop, which is going to fail. This money's going to get spent very fast.
A lot of you girls think you need child support, but you really need to be arrested for child endangerment, child neglect, because you knew that man didn't want you. You knew that man didn't want that baby. You knew that man was a narcissist. And so you telling me you wanted your child to have a father that's a narcissist and you love your baby? I don't even know what narcissists mean, but maybe you the narcissist, sis, because you want a baby more than you want to be good to that baby. You think a baby is an aesthetic? You think a baby is a companion, best friend? No, you supposed to do what's best for that child, and you can't if you picking the wrong baby daddy. And then the girls that say, oh, I don't even need him. I'll take care of my baby myself. Are you thinking about the abandonment issues this child is going to grow up with? The trauma that you are going to cause? You traumatized yourself. That's why you even said some stupid shit like that. Yes, he chose to come in you, but you chose to keep it. You could have said, put on a condom. I know that I date niggas that ain't shit. I can do that to myself, but I would never give my child an ain't shit daddy and act like he's the problem. Moral of the story is, men ain't perfect, but ladies, a lot of y'all questionable too. Especially the girl Aisha going through that thing. That man said it clearly in the text. And you said, what?
Anthony Edwards asked the court if he can pay $2 million in child support up front. He wants to pay $2 million up front because he wants nothing to do with Aisha Howard and their daughter. Do you understand the level of, I don't want to deal with this, that is? There's men out there that don't want to pay $80 a month in child support. That man wants to pay $2 million up front. Okay? Because he wants no parts. He told her, I don't want a baby. He told her, get an abortion. But because he has money, she still had that baby. Now, her daughter is going to grow up without a father. She's going to grow up and she's going to see all of this drama. And she's going to know, basically, my mom had me for $2 million. And my dad wants no parts. I'm never going to get to know my siblings. Do you know the trauma that girl is going to deal with? Do you know how she's going to let men treat her because of her daddy issues? Like Aisha Howard, is $2 million really worth your child's peace of mind? I guess it is. But Anthony Edwards said, yep, here's your money. Good riddance. Never want to see y'all again. Toodaloos. This shit is crazy, y'all. Like, this shit is crazy and he has no shame and he just wants nothing to do with it and he wants to move on and he wants to live his life. Is she gonna take it though? Because you see, it's easier to run through money in a lump sum. But if she's getting monthly payments, she'll probably have better money management. So let's see what's gonna happen. But so far, that man just...
Anthony Edwards really said, look here, let's get down to the nitty gritty of why we here. How much is it gonna cost me to pay my 18 years of child support up front? That is one of the most unhinged things I've ever heard of. Who would think of some shit like that? He dead ass wrong. He knew laying down with this lady and not pulling out could create a baby. 1 + 1 = 3. We learned that in grade school. We learned that in grade school. Now, she also knew the situation she was putting that baby in. That man told her he didn't want that baby. Nothing to do with it. The baby the only one innocent at this point. The baby the only one innocent.
I grew up without a father. So let me preface this by saying I do not support, condone, or even understand the actions of a deadbeat. Also, as a father, I don't. However, this Anthony Edwards situation is giving deeper insight to men are not going, especially men with money, if they can, are not going for that whole my choices end at intercourse nonsense. Anthony Edwards, let me not put this on the wrong person. Anthony Edwards has decided that he not only doesn't want parental rights, but he also wants to pay his child support in one lump sum of 216 months. That's 18 years. Never seen the court, condone or approve of this, but we'll see what happens. But I'm just trying to exegete real quick that let this be a lesson to some women that men have bodies too. They have choices too. I think y'all overplay that whole, I carry the baby, I give birth, and, it should really be my choice thing. Men, as a dominant personality and just how they hunt, they resent being told what to do. So when you force someone to do something they don't want to do, you're going to get a reaction. And then y'all be like, oh, that's so sad. It's so sad that you also heard someone's request to not do something and you did it anyway. The problem with society is, and y'all do this with everything with men, y'all think that it only matters what the woman wants. It only matters how you feel. It only matters the consequences and the risk to you. Men have lives too. And though I may not agree with their actions, their results, their choices, as a man, and an alpha man at that, I understand the carnal and visceral response to someone trying to back me in the corner. I promise you, if you've ever told me, oh, do this or else, or tried to force me into something, you wouldn't like my response either. So I understand that notion of it because I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. So I think y'all need to stop thinking that you're going to corner these men into anything, because they are showing you time and time again, whether you agree or not, that I am willing to take a scorched earth policy to show you that it's just not your body, my choice. I got choices too.
So guys, I came across this video the other day and I didn't take it that serious. I never thought that it was gonna go this far. So yeah, you've seen, and I know now that if you had not seen what was going on between this NBA star and this brand ambassador, now you understand what's going on. And before I actually go on, I would really love to know what your thoughts or what's your take on this as a woman and also as a man, because you've seen even on this video that on these videos that I've stitched, there is a couple of women that are actually saying she's getting what she deserves. Because first of all, this guy had already said that he don't want anything to do with a baby. He even went on ahead and paid this woman, and she agreed to take the 100K to get rid of the baby, as they had agreed. And later on, she comes on and gives a birth. And now she moved to a different state, which is California, which, as to what the video is saying, that allegedly child support in California is quite high or expensive, and she was looking to get more from this guy with child support. And this, having understood that, it actually tells me a lot about this lady as to why she even went on ahead and gave birth and got this child after she agreed to get the 100K to get rid of the baby. This is just my own personal opinion. Everyone has the right to have their own opinion as to what I understand from this video. Because in the first place, why did you expect to, get the 100K? You kept it, you kept the money, and still went on ahead and kept the baby. So that is, of course, she knew what she was doing. And we can clearly see that she's only after the money. She doesn't even care about the well-being of this child. One thing, at this era and age, as a 38 years old woman, what business do you even have dealing with a 23 years old boy? This guy is not even ready for, he might have that big body that you're seeing, he might be that huge, he might be that tall and that energetic and all that, but he's still 23 years old. Even me, as a mom of a 23 years old, I wouldn't want my child, I wouldn't want my son to be dealing with a 38 years old woman. Why would I even want that for my child? Even me, who is not even yet 30s, I will not even deal with a 23 years old guy. Because, this is the time that he's growing up. He hasn't yet enjoyed life. He has money. He has all that it takes to give you a good life as a woman, to give you a good life as a mother of his children. But he already tells you that he's not ready for this. This is not what he wants. A man going further to even telling you that he doesn't want a baby and he doesn't want you to be in his life. He wants nothing to do with you. That tells me a lot that this is actually not the first time that this man showed you so many times that he wants nothing to do with you. But you still went on ahead and kept things moving. Even after knowing that he has other kids. And Google is saying Anthony is confirmed to have 3 children with 3 different women. And now he's reportedly the father of a 4th child with a 4th woman, the woman that people are talking about on this video. So, it's crazy that as a woman, you will go for a man who already have other baby mamas, who already has kids with other women. Because I keep on asking myself, what makes you think that you're different from the other woman that he left, or the other women that he decided to make baby mamas? What makes you think that you're different, that he's gonna wife you? You all just see the red flags and you just ignore them. You all know that song that says, this guy says that you saw the red flags, baby, but you ignore them. And this is what women do. You think because he's shown you that he loves you and all that, you ignore all the other red flags, thinking that you are special in some type of a way. Baby, you're not special. He's just gonna treat you like he treated the other women, because you're not special in any type of a way. You go on ahead and get pregnant for a man who already have other 3 baby mamas out there. And you think you as the 4th woman, he's gonna change for you, he's gonna want to wife you? It's crazy, because I don't know where some women just get these ideas of thinking that you can change a man, or you can make him be different, or make him want to wife you after he has had 3 baby mamas. And the fact that we are not just talking about any man here, we are talking about a man who has money, who has a great career and is making enough money. And the other thing is, he's 23 years old with 3 baby mamas already, and you go on ahead and decide to get pregnant for him. You are 38 years old. You should know better, because even me as a child, I wouldn't want my 38 years old mom going to get pregnant for a man who don't want to have any business with me as his child, who don't want to involve his life and my life in his life. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to this child? Now, you are okay. The money is okay. He has the money to pay for child support, and he doesn't have anything to do with the baby. He doesn't want any visiting. He doesn't want anything to do with this baby. You as a mom, you are okay that you got the money and you're gonna live and probably give this child a good life, maybe more than what you had. But what about this baby? Why are you all so mean? This baby didn't even ask to be brought in this world. This baby didn't even ask for you to give birth to this baby. They didn't ask you to go out there and get pregnant. But you're just thinking about yourself, not thinking about the baby. Because at this day and era, women, before having babies with these men, you should sit down and have a discussion with your partner. You should sit down and get to know if this man wants to have a baby, if this man is ready to be responsible, to be a dad, if he's ready not only financially, but also physical, emotional, mental, if he's ready to be in his child's life. Because it's very unfair to that. It's very unfair to a child for them or for you to bring them into this world and bring them up in a broken family. Very unfair. And it's time that we should be trying to change this narrative. It's quite sad that each and every time we see people talking about black families, the dads are always absent. It's quite sad that the media even goes on ahead and using these adverts showing how black dads are always absent. And ladies, you're the only one who can change this. And I cannot sit here and blame this man. He's 23 years old, for God's sake. You went on ahead, had an intercourse with this man, you had unprotected sex, and you just sat there expecting what? After I even told you that he don't want that baby. After even all this time all along, you knew that this man didn't want anything serious with you. He didn't want to have a baby with you. Because I don't understand when you ask a man if you hate them, if they hate you, and they say yes, this is not the first time that they've shown you that. You just ignored all the red flags. And for what? For the money? And for you to be this embarrassed on social media? And for your child to grow up. When they grow up, internet never forgets. She'll come and see all these videos that the dad didn't want anything to do with her. Just because of you. It's quite sad, guys. But I don't know. This is just my own personal opinion and people that you've seen on these videos opinion. I would love to know what is your opinion or what's your take on this. Are you supporting this man or are you supporting this woman? I know there are some women out there who be angry that these women should not be here supporting this guy and all that, but keep in mind that this is a 23 years old guy. He might have the money, he might have all the wealth that's required to, keep a good family and raise a child and all that. But at the end of the day, if he don't want to be in your child's life, there's nothing that we can do about that. Honestly speaking, there's nothing that you can do to a man who don't want to be in your child's life. And this is why, like till today, I always tell myself, I only have kids when I'm ready for kids. I only have kids when I know I'm having these babies for myself. I'm not having these babies for my partner or anything of the sort. It's because I want to have the baby, and I'm not gonna sit here raising my kids with bitterness, pain, sorrow because their dad don't want to be in their life. And this is why I'm saying it's only right for both man and woman to sit down, for both partners to sit down and discuss about having a child if they're ready for this. It's high time for people to actually campaign for this, for women to sit down with their partners and have this discussion. I know sometimes it's not an easy topic to talk on. It's not easy for you to have these discussions. And it's time for women to stop ignoring those red flags. I mean, you better walk away when it's early for you rather than when it's too late. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching up to this part, and until the next episode, bye.